Mr. June exam, grade 12, 2023, mathematical literacy, paper 1. All right, let's jump into the questions. Question number 1. Use the information below and the VAT as the percentage prescribed with the South African Revenue Services to answer the questions that follow. Benzina in Copasano, a healthy mind in a healthy body. South African Schools Tax Shop shows are now encouraged to sell fruits and other healthy products during breaks. Table 1 below shows some facts relating to Krugersdorp High School, KHS Tax Shop, which sells fruits at school during breaks and lunch times. Table 1, it's for the tax shop. All right, let's look at that table 1. It says 80 apples per box, and the person buys 7 boxes. 7 boxes are sold daily. Cost of 1 apple, it's this much. The selling price is this much. These are VAT inclusive. Profit on 1 apple, it's missing, which is A. What does the acronym VAT represent, and at what percentage is VAT calculated by South African Revenue Services, SARS? All right. So number 1, take note. They want us to give the meaning of this acronym. In other words, we're going to expand. What does it stand for? VAT stands for value added tax. And number 2, they're asking what percentage is it at calculated. Okay. Oh, is it calculated? All right. V, value. The A is added. And the T is the tax. The percentage is 15%. Thank you very much. Explain the meaning of a VAT inclusive price. This one it will depend on what you understand, as long as it's in English. VAT inclusive price. Someone would say the price includes what? VAT. Someone would also say the price with what? VAT. Or the price already has VAT. You understand? Inclusive. If it was exclusive, simply meaning the price has no VAT and we are expecting to add VAT. Determine the value of A, the profit of only 1 apple. Determine the value of A, the profit of only 1 apple. Remember, profit will always equal to selling price minus cost price. We shall come here and we see this is selling price of 1 apple. In other words, would be selling price per apple. Also here, this is the cost. Simply, they didn't put price, but it means it's a cost price. Together. So when they buy the apple from the market, they buy it at 1 rand 40 cents. And when they sell 1, they sell it at 2 rands, VAT inclusive. So how do you get the profit? Profit will equal to the 2 rands they sell at minus the 1 rand 40 cents they buy at, and they make a profit of 60 cents. They make a profit of 60 cents. All right. Question 1. Question 1.1.4. Question 1.1.4, we are looking at calculate the percentage profit. We are looking for percentage profit that the KHS's tax shop makes on 1 apple. We are looking, in other words, we're looking for profit as a percentage. Remember, we've already got the profit up here. We have the cost price. Then you need to multiply by 100. So I'll do it here. I'll say 0.6 divided by the cost price, which is 1 rand 40 cents, times 100. I don't want to repeat this because this is the profit. I already have it here. All right, I'll substitute into the formula. Substitute into the formula. Profit becomes 42.86. Don't forget the percentage. All right, question number 2, it says, calculate KS's tax shop daily profit. Calculate KS's tax shop daily profit as a percentage. We are calculating the daily profit from the sales of the apple.
Also, I should send them to your main class.
So now we want to know we need to calculate the profit the tax shop makes from the sale of apples. Remember, it sells 7 boxes a day, and each box has 80 apples, and each apple makes a profit of 60 cents. So in other words, it's 7 times 80 times 0.6. That's the money they make. All right. 1.2, we look at graphs here. Their 2020 was challenging. Their 2020 was challenging one for matric candidates due to COVID-19 pandemic, which they had faced during 2020 and 2021. Graph 1 below shows the enrollment of 2022 candidates who wrote the National Senior Certificate Examinations, the finals, in each province. Graph 2 below shows the pass rates per province in 2022. All right, here we have the graphs. Here we have the graphs. These are the graphs. And here are the questions. All right. Why is the above information represented by a bar graph instead of a histogram? Number 1, presented by a bar graph because it's discrete and not continuous. It's counted, not measured. Together, that's why we are using a bar graph. Another thing, it's like they are looking at particular province. It's not collective, but particular province. Then they talk of, the reason why we are saying particular province, because these are percentages. These percentages, when you add them all together, you don't add up to 100. So they look at the contribution per what? Per province. That's number 2. Here, when you look at these values, these are discrete values, number of learners. Can't have half a learner per. This is per province. Even here, it's provincial performance, but it's still per province. It's not as a whole. Together. So calculate the total number of candidates who wrote 2022 National Senior Certificate Examinations. Write your answer in words. Calculate the total number of learners, total number of candidates who wrote 2022 National. All right, then let's come here. We shall look at this one here. Enrollment per province. So we need to know the total number of So we're going to add, we shall add this. We shall add these numbers here, please. I want to write them, but you can add them. Add these numbers. And the answer you get is 450,005. When we add all the numbers, we've got the number that is 450,005. So you have to write it in words. 50,000 and what? And 5 candidates. All right. Which province has the second highest number of candidates and has also achieved the second highest pass percentage in performance? Second. So we can start, let's say, the highest is this 1 followed by that. So this is second, which is what? GP. These other ones are low. Then we come down here, up here, let's see. Second highest, still. This is the highest, followed by that. So in other words, the second highest is what? GP. You can write it in full. You write Gauteng, and because in the question paper they didn't write it in full, you can also leave it like that, but it's supposed to be Gauteng province. All right, how many candidates failed in National Senior Certificate Examination in KwaZulu-Natal in 2022? Take note. Let's look at that. We shall look at the graph here. Where's KZN? Here we have KZN has the highest number of learners here. KZN has the highest number. Then you come here. This is the pass rate, provincial pass rate. How many passed? So 83.7% of the enrolled learners passed. So how many failed? That's what we are looking for. How many failed? We shall come here and we say, first and foremost, KZN had 101,153 learners being enrolled. Of these learners, 83.7% passed. So how many failed? In other words, you will take 101,153 learners minus the 83% of the same number of learners. This is percentage. Put over 100. Please let it be in brackets. What answer do you end up having? This will have to be this much minus so this is 84,665, 061. All right. So we end up having here the answers. Because these are human beings, you can't have a half a person, means they were This is the number of learners who failed. Then, if you don't want to do it this way, you would say 100%. We remove those who passed, which is 83.7%. Whatever percentage remains, the percentage that remains is supposed to be for those ones who failed. Either those ones who failed. So 16.3% did what? Failed. So it's supposed to be 16.3 over 100 times you'll get the answer as 16,487.94. We can't have a comma person, which is 16,488. Failed. You pick which method works best for you. All right. 2.1. Individuals and companies with bank accounts are allowed to request statements on their accounts, mostly weekly, monthly, or quarterly. Weekly, meaning every week; monthly, every month; quarterly, every after 3 months. Because quarterly, not 4 months. So quarterly, in other words, we're saying in the 12 divided by 4, get what? So every after 3 months, you can get a bank statement when you request it. Okay. Temba Bank savings account statements for period of 9th of September 2022 to 16th September 2022 is shown in Annexure A. We shall go there and see Annexure A. Annexure A. This is the addendum. Annexure A is here. Annexure A is there. Then simply meaning write down the account number of the account holder, right? Write down the account number and name of the account holder. So we need two things. It's 4 marks. We go there. We are looking for the account number. Yeah, we are looking for the account number. Here we go. The account number is here. Account number is there. The name of the client is this much. So those are the two answers that we need there, which will be account number is 848481976. Then account name, we say it's Mr. A. Account name of the account holder, Mr. A. Right. Let's go there and we see it's true. Yes. This is the address for the business. This is the address of the customer, the account holder. The details, the ID of this one here, client number, that is it. All right, there we go. So they say determine the total number of transactions made on this account. Transactions. Total number of transactions made on this account. Total number of transactions made on this account. We have this is a transaction. It was a payment. There's a purchase here. The transaction, transfer, payments made, credit card, okay, this is also a transaction. The credit card took the money, insurance again. There are two items, the insurance, then the bond, insurance again, three insurances, prepaid water, it's this much, car repayment, the prepaid water fee, bank charges, I think. It's also a transaction. Is this a transaction? They are making, okay. So here we have the transactions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 transactions. There are 13 transactions. Transactions when money leaves, or money when the money leaves the account. Yes. Okay, we can ask ourselves, what is a transaction? Transaction means any debit or credits on the account. So simply meaning any money that goes out, any amount of money that goes out, or any amount of money that goes out, or the money that comes in. So simply meaning we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there are 17. There are 17 transactions. Okay, determine the probability of choosing a transaction made on the 15th. Transaction made on the 15th. We shall come here, count for 15th. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So transaction made on the 15th, sorry, 15th, we count them, right? So we said we count the transaction. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So there are 10 transactions done on this day. So what's the probability? So the probability will have to be 10 out of 17. 10 out of 17. Anyone, also the person, remember we count first transaction we made 13. So also someone who has according will also be right, right? So 10 divided by 17, 10 by 17, you end up having 0, 0.8, sorry, 0.59. Together, those ones were divided by 13, you have your transaction at 0.77. All right. Calculate the total amount of all the TUIB transactions made on this account. Let's go to the account and identify those transactions. We are identifying. We have 1 here, 2, 3, 4. And now we go to the amount. We have that. We have that. And we have that. All right. There we go. And this one is there also. So we are going to add this. We are adding the 20 rand plus 2,400 plus 1,000 plus 600. So we shall come here. We are saying we are adding 20 rand plus 2,400 plus the 1,000 plus 600. And this is approximately 3,000. Sorry, 4,000. 4,020 rand. 4,020 rand. $4,020. The amount holder owed the bank a certain amount on a particular day. Identify the amount that the account owner owed the bank. Let's come to this. Let's look here critically. These are the amounts that we have. These are the amounts that we have. But take note of this. The person had 34 rand 31 cents in their account, and they made a purchase of 63 rand 98. Simply meaning the bank used, okay, she paid this, but it was not, it never made to 63. So the bank, and the reason why we are saying this was the money, because it has a negative there. Look at that. So the amount is supposed to be 29 rand 67 cents. Calculate the total amount deposited into this account during this period of the statement. Deposited. So here are the deposits. These are the deposits. We have that much, that, and that. The salary is 0, 7, 8, and 9. These are the monies that are coming in. So they told us to look for the total amount deposited. So we are going to add everything up, which is 382 14 cents plus 22,695 rands 98 cents plus 191 rands 7 cents, and the money added up to 23,206.69 19 cents. What percentage of the total amount deposited into the account was paid towards the Western bond? They are asking what percentage of the total amount deposited of this amount, how much was paid to the bond. So you have to go back to the annexure here. The bond is here. You see? Of the answer we've got there, what percentage does this contribute? So we are going to say the bond is 5,569 5,569 rand 75 cents divided by, when we divided by the total number, because you're looking for the percentage, multiply by 100. So 5,569 90 cents, 75 cents divided by 23,269 19 cents times 100. So the percentage there is 23. Calculate the pre-water fee on the 16th. Let's go and we check there. Now, when you look at the statement clearly, we shall look at the statement, the values that are in and the balances. For example, balance brought forward the amount of money that's the statement. It was, it is, let me see. It is 54 rands. Then what happens? They come and pay off the 20. I mean, of the 54 rands minus the 20 rands remain with this. Why do we subtract? This is a debit. The money is going up. This side, money goes out. This side is the money that comes in. Credit, money coming in. All right, into the account, credit. Then money going out, it's what? Debit. Money going out is debit. Money going out is debit. So we shall say this. Take another critical note here. 382.14 cents. This came in. It found the 29 rand 67 cents. This was already a negative. That simply means when this money comes in, they will subtract off the 29. Why? Because this was any negative. This is a negative number. Negative number. So we remain with 350. You understand? So now here we are. This transaction here. What will be the amount? Now take note. That means this number here was subtracted from this and they got this. So what is the number? So I'll call this A, I'll call this B, I'll call this C. You see that? Simply meaning A minus B gives me C. A minus B gives me C. Why am I subtracting? Because the B is on the side of the debit. It's going out. A is the balance, the money where they're going to subtract the B to give us the balance, which is C. So we go on and we say, so simply meaning because we're looking for the value of B, it will be B will equal to A minus C. So we shall say 6,200 5 rands 48 cents minus 6,204 rands 38 cents. Subtract that and we see you end up remaining with 1 rand 10 cents. So the value of our B is 1 rand 10 cents. So here we shall say balance 1, the balance before subtraction of water. minus the current balance after subtraction. Which gives us the money as R1.10. R1.10. Yes, here we look at this and it looks at municipal values and what water. The person wants to install a water tank, collect rainwater. Study the quotation below and answer the questions that follow. All right, this is the information that we are looking at. This is the information we are looking at. This is the information. Then let's look at the questions. Yeah, Mr. Jeremy found out that the installation would take 2 hours. It will take 2 hours, 35 minutes on the first day, and 1 hour, 54 minutes on the second day. That means it's going to take 2 days to install this tank. Then the person has a total budget of 7,800 to buy and install the water tank. Verify using calculations whether his budget will be sufficient. Sufficient simply meaning, will it cover everything? Will it be enough? The 7,800, will it be enough for the installation? Let's analyze this. Go back to the information. The information says definitely he has to buy a tank, and the tank is at 6,479. Extra equipment and material, that stands at 971.85 cents, and labor per hour or part thereof. Part thereof simply means now this is labor per hour, part thereof, simply meaning should someone work for 1 hour and 15 minutes, this will be considered to be 2 hours. The 15 minutes will also be taken to be full hour because the person has already exceeded 1 hour. Should the person work for 2 hours and 45 minutes, still this will be considered what? 3 hours, even though they never made to 3 hours. Why? Because of this word thereof. All right, part thereof, part thereof, together. So let's look at that that logic there. So we've looked at the amount he's going to pay. So here we shall say he has to buy the tank, which is 6,479. He has bought the tank. On top of that, he has to buy extra equipment that we've just seen and material, which is worth 971 rands 85 cents plus the labor. Now let's analyze this labor. 2 hours and 35 minutes on the first day, simply meaning, remember what I've just told you, that our part thereof. So these ones will be 3 hours. There's no compromise. Then we have 1 hour and 54 minutes. These ones will be 2 hours. And all in all, he has worked for 3 hours plus the 2 hours. So the person has worked for 5 hours. So we shall say 5 hours times 64.99. So he ends up having 7,775.80 cents. So they said, verify using calculations whether his budget will be sufficient. Don't forget to conclude it. We shall say it will be what? Sufficient. Why am I concluding? They told us verify. Number 2, yeah, they told us to verify whether whether his budget will be sufficient. Indeed, it's what? Sufficient. Look at question number 3. That is finance. And we look at question number 3. Question number 3, when I'm here looking at it, you see, yes, we have values, but this takes us, because there's a number of calculators. Gauteng Department of Education bought such scientific calculators for all its education districts. The distribution of calculators among these districts represented in the table below. The number of calculators distributed, they are here for grades, grade 10, 11, 12, 8, and 9. The districts are down here as you see them. Together. All right, now they ask you, how many education districts received calculators? Definitely you're going to count this, but don't repeat a district. Together, but no district is repeated. When you count these districts here, when you count the districts, we shall say, you just count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Please don't miss this. Don't miss these marks because you just think these are 20. You write 20. Count. There are 15 districts. All right. Determine the total number of calculators bought by Gauteng Department of Education for grade 9. Number 1, we shall come here, look for Gauteng. We shall know, okay, Johannesburg is in Gauteng, but we are looking, they said Gauteng. Gauteng Department of Education for grade 9. Total number of the Gauteng Department of Education board. Okay, we shall add everything up for grade 9 because it says the Gauteng Department of Education board scientific calculator. So we shall come to grade 9. We add all the numbers. Add all the numbers. All right. Then when we add, we shall add all these numbers. You see grade 9 here because it represents all Gauteng Department of Education. We are looking at the numbers of calculators that were given to grade 9. So we add all those values, determine the total number of calculators bought by the Gauteng Department of Education for grade 9. So when you add all those numbers, you end up having this much number, which is 125,619 calculators were bought. All right, name the district that was allocated the third lowest number of calculators for grade 12s. Third lowest. So we shall come to grade 12s. We look for the lowest value. When you look critically, the lowest value is 1,000. This is the first lowest value. You scroll down. And you scroll down, you come, you find the 2,000, which is the second lowest. So from 2,000, you're either looking for 3,000 or the next lowest. So we have 4,000. Here we have 4,899 and 4,561. So we shall say the answer here became Johannesburg. Johannesburg West with the third lowest number for calculators. 3.4. Is the data represented in table 2 above continuous or discrete? Definitely, my friend, never look behind the moment you see such numbers where there are no commas. The data becomes discrete. Explain your answer. Calculators are countable. They are not measured. All right. For data to be continuous, it has to be measured, or the data will have commas. For it to be discrete, the numbers here, the data has to be what? In whole numbers, no commas. Here we have commas or decimals. So in our information that we have on top here, we have no commas. Look at all of these. These are all numbers together. So it's discrete because they're all numbers. It's discrete because the data or the calculators we are looking at are all numbers. Determine the mean number. Determine the mean number of calculators bought for grade 10 learners in Johannesburg district. We are looking at Johannesburg district. So simply meaning we shall only look at Johannesburg district, like Johannesburg, Central, East, North, South, and West. Johannesburg. We are not looking at Gauteng. So we are here. We are looking at this section here. So if you look at this section here, grade 10, wonderful. So we are going to add this plus that, plus that, plus that, plus this. Why am I adding only this? Because they start with Johannesburg. Johannesburg. Okay, let's go there and we add. So we said we shall add 8,000 plus the 6,000, but 6,000 appears 3 times, so multiply it by 3 plus the last one, which is 5,000, Afterwards, I will divide by, how many have I added? I will divide by 5. I'll divide by 5. So because there are 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6,000 are multiplied by 3 because it's added 3 times. I don't want to waste time. Okay, so I have 8,000 plus 18,000 plus the 5,000. I get 31,000. I divide by 5, which is 6,200. We are looking for mean. Add all the numbers and divide by the number you've added. Use the number of calculators column for grade 11 and answer the following question. Determine the first quartile, lower quartile, third quartile, which is Q3. Thereafter, subtract Q1 from Q3. What is the answer? I'm here seeing Q1 and Q3 and they tell me to subtract. This has to be in my head that we are looking at what we call the interquartile range, which will always be upper quartile minus lower quartile. So this is the concept that they were telling you to name the concept calculated in question. So it's interquartile range. All right. Now it's 6 marks. Together, how do we get these values? We shall need to rearrange the values. Let's go and we rearrange. All right. The question wants us to get the quartile 1, quartile 3. We subtract them for grade 11 column. So these are the ones. Now the trick here is one. We first and foremost, before we look for these quartiles, we need to rearrange the work, the values, the data here from smallest to biggest. Now when I look through these numbers here, the smallest value is this, so it becomes 1, followed by this becomes 2, From 2000s, we go to, we have a 4, 4,800. Okay. This will be 3. Is there any other 4,000? No, we go to 5. 5,900, 5,800, 5,900. So this becomes 4. This is 5. We have a 6 here. Oh no, man. No, 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 no. Yeah, this becomes 4. 5, 6, 7. We have 8. We have a 9, 10, 11. This will be 12, 13, 14. This is 15. So in that order. So it's easy for us now to arrange. Allow me use the whiteboard. So we're saying the smallest value there, it's 2,000. Followed by 2,700. Followed by 4,800. We have 5,000. We have 5,800. 5,900. 5,900. Then we have 6,000. We have 6,500. 6,500 twice. 6,500 twice. Then we have 6,800. Then we have the 7,000. We have the 8,000. 8,500. And we have 11,200. So let's count and see. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So there are 15 numbers. All right. Now, of these numbers, we shall first look for Q2. Because remember, Q1 has to be on the left and Q3 is on the right-hand side. So Q2 will tell which was the left and which. Now, these are odd numbers. So there are 15. Definitely, we are going to remain with the middle number. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 15 divided by 2. Remain with 7,5. So this simply means this data is going to have 7 values on the right-hand side and 7 values on the left-hand side. You see that? So in between, this will be the median, which is Q2. So we need to count 7 values on the left, 7 values on the right. So we say 1, 2, 7 already here. So this number, this one here, it's the Q2. So the right-hand side will start from here, it will end here. The left starts from there, it ends here. Still, since you're looking for Q1, it will be the median on the left-hand side. So this, since this is the left-hand side, we look for the median on this side. So still, if there are 7 numbers, simply meaning we shall remain with 3 numbers on one side and 3 numbers on the other side. So the middle number becomes Q1. So our Q1 is 5,000. So this is the right hand side, starting from here, coming this side, right hand side. So we shall remain with also one number in between, which is what? 7,000. So our upper quartile is 7,000. And they said subtract Q1 from Q3. So Q3 minus Q1, which will be 7,000 minus 5,000. The answer becomes 2,000. This is question 3.6a. You arrange the numbers, look for the median on the right and median on the left. All right, we go to the second question. We look at question number 4. Question number 4 says Mrs. Kashengi regards the top 10 grade 12 learners every term by making them by taking them to different restaurants. Skumuzi restaurant offers a special dumpling combo with fruit juice for 60 rand. The dumpling don can either be white or brown. The meat filling can be chicken, fish, steak. Juice is either ginger or orange. The tree diagram below represents the different choices for this special offer. Type of dumpling, it's there, meat, juice, and outcomes. All right. And we are looking at the, if you're to answer such questions and you find out that you have a missing number like this, please look at this next, because this one, something is missing here. This one already has this. So simply meaning this is what? Fish. Together. Then another one is here. This one is missing. But where is it coming from? It's a combination of this, this, and this, which is W, S, then G. Then when you look at this critical, look at this. They've been shared. Oh, these are ginger, orange, ginger, orange, ginger. So this can't be any other, but it will be what? Orange. Can't be any other, but it will be orange. It will be orange. It will be orange. Okay, it's coming. Write down the missing information for, you've just seen this, as I was telling you. We said A will be fish, B it will be orange, and the last one is the outcome, which is white dumpling with steak and ginger juice. All right, just see it here. Okay, determine how many different combinations from which a person can choose. So we just count them here. They're already here. Let's count, and you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So the possible outcomes are 12. What? Combination. Write down the probability of randomly choosing a combination that will have steak as meat and ginger as a beverage. Now we are looking for SG. Wherever we see it's SG, because they never said white or brown, but we are looking for SG. What's the chance that we see that? So we come here and we count SG, 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 SG. We have 1 SG. We have also 2 SG. So out of the possible outcomes, they are 2 out of 12, which is the same as 1 out of 6. One out of 6. All right. Okay, determine the weight of 30-week-old fowl that is in 20th percentile. 20th. So they are telling us we are determining the weight of the 30-week-old fowl that is in the 25th percentile. So 25th percentile, it's this line here. The age of the fowl is 30. So we shall need to come through a straight line here like this. Then when weight touches 25, you come and read this side here. So this is so it's 2,500. These are in grams, which is approximately 2. Explain what it means if a false weight is classified as 70th percentile. It means 75% of the other poles are below. Below its what? Its weight. Or 25% are above its weight. For 40 weeks old, write down its age in months if they are 4 weeks in a month. So 40 divided by that is a 10 months. So Mr. Fowl, it's a wonder for weighs 4.5 kg at 45 weeks. Determine which percentile ratio. Which age? It's at 45 weeks, 4.5. So shall come here, 45 weeks. Then when does it touch? So it's on the 90th. So 90th. 90th percentile. Give an advisory. Should wash. They should watch what they what they should watch what they feed it. All right. Our last question looks to come to an end because River seems to come to an end, and it's a 50 years old madam. This was equivalent, and so now this is tax that we are looking at. Here we go. The tax is already, sorry, the money we have here, it's monthly. Analyze that. It's already what? Taxable. So you don't need to look for taxable income for the year. During the year 2021 to 2022, the tax year. During this time, Mr. Muslim was a member of a medical fund for himself, his wife, and 2 children. Keep this in the head. These are 4 people on the medical credit. Remember, we said medical, we call them medical tax credits. Okay, use annexure B. We shall look at annexure B soon. Annexure B is this one here. Annexure B, taxation. Annexure B, taxation. All right, we look at that and we see. It says, determine Mr. Shishenga's annual income, taxable income. Remember, here we have monthly, so we shall have the answer as 35,357 rands times 12. Why by 12? Because we are looking for annual taxable income. And the person ends up having 424,284 rands. This is the, so you're saying show with calculations that Mr. Shisheng will receive 13,344 in medical tax credits. Remember, medical tax credit will depend on the number of people that are on medical credit. So we have 4 people who are on medical aid. So we shall go to the annexure there. Let me show you what we're going to do. Since there are 4, we are looking at this. So simply meaning the first member, he has to pay 320 plus the next person also pays the same. The rest, they will pay 240, 224. So now take note, the main payer himself, the wife, and the first child, the 4th child. So this is the same as 664 plus 448. This is monthly. We need to find it to become what? Annual. Multiply by that much. Indeed, we have the answer as calculate the amount of tax Mr. Shane must pay. So tax, we already looked at the annual taxable income, which is 424,284. Ask yourself, where does it fall? Which bracket is it? Which bracket? Which bracket is it? Let's go and check the bracket. So it's in bracket number 3. So you write down this. Bracket number 3. Say we write down the number, which is 70,332 plus open brackets into, now we will take this inside the brackets, minus the value which is already in the bracket, which is 33,000. Sorry, 337,800. Simplify this, put it in your calculator the way it is. Minus the rebate. This one was 50, so you can equal that's for primary, which is 15,714. So for each month, first one will be 6,000 and the 2 rands, 34 cents. Thank you very much.